This is Konkomba Special YouTube channel and Facebook page. In this video, we are going to talk about a very important topic that if you are an artist or artist, if you are a celebrity, if you are a musician, if you are an actor, if you are into content creation, if you are also into books writing, an author, if you are into the academia, where one day you want to become a professor or you want to do a PhD, you may have to publish some works. And so anything you will want to own or you want to be the owner, you will have to know this law called Ghana Copyright Law or Ghana Copyright Act 2005. You need to study this law. You need to know what the law says so that you will not become a victim or fall prey to what is called plagiarism or what we call copyright infringement. So an artist, a musician, or anyone into the entertainment circle, you need to be abreast with this law. It is very important. So this video is going to expose you to the law. What Ghana Copyright Act 2005 says, so that all of us can read it, so that tomorrow we will learn more and know what it is. I will be adding a bit of Lokpakpan or Konkomba. So if you don't understand Konkomba or Lokpakpan, please pardon me. All right? This is Konkomba Special. Please follow and also subscribe because we have a lot of educational content. We want to learn together. I don't know it all. You also don't know it all. But once we put our heads together and we begin to learn together, we will know much. And we will come to realize things that we didn't know. Are you okay? So let's go straight into this law that I want us to discuss today. This is it. Copyright Act 2005. That is Act 690. The part 1 of this law says that copyright. So let's read the sections. Section 1 says work eligible for copyright. Section 2 says ideas or concepts excluded from copyright. Section 3 says Ghana government and international body copyright. Section 4 says folklore protected. Section 5 says economic rights of authors or authors. Section 6 says moral rights of authors. Section 7 says employed authors. Section 8, public benefits works. And then Section 10, obligation of producers. Section 11, notice of protection of rights of producers. Now, we continue to the part 2, which is duration of copyright. Section 12 says duration of copyright in individuals. Section 13 says duration of copyright in bodies corporate. Section 14 says duration of copyright in anonymous works. Section 15 says duration of copyright in audiovisual works, that is video. Section 16 says duration of copyright in sound recording. So this is under music, right? Section 17, duration of protection for expressions of folklore. Section 18 says duration of moral rights. Now we continue. The part 3 says permitted use or permitted uses of copyright. Under it, we have section 19, which says permitted use of work protected by copyright. Section 20 says reproduction and adaptation of computer programs. Section 21, permitted use of protected copyright work by a library and archive. Section 22 says permitted use of work or publication of portraits in public interest events. So this is the use of your picture. Your picture can even be copyrighted, that nobody can just use your picture. It's here. Section 22. So permitted use of work or publication of portraits. That is your picture in public interest events. Section 23 says ephemeral recordings. Down the part 4, copies of sound recordings or mechanical reproduction rights of composers. Under it we have section 24. That is reproduction of copies of sound recordings. And then we have part 5, enforcement of the provisions. Section 25 says surety device for sound, or security rather, security device for sound and audio visual recording. Section 26 says importation of pre-recorded music and other copyright works. Section 27 says levy on devices used for reproducing copyright materials. Now we continue to the part 6. It says that protection of performers and broadcasting organizations. So when we talk about performers, we are talking about dancers, we are talking about actors, we are talking about musicians, and all those that matter in the entertainment industry. You are all performers. So under it, we have section 28, performers' rights. Section 29, duration of performers' rights. Section 30 says performers' right to contract. Section 31 says moral right of a performer. Section 32 says authorization relating to broadcast. Section 33 says broadcasting organizations. Section 34 says program carrying signals. Section 35 says limitation on economic right of performers and broadcasting organizations. Section 36 says duration of rights of broadcasting organizations. And then section 37 says public performance or public performance and use of copyright works. So the broadcasting organization has to do with TV and radio. You get it? And then I think yes. And then social media. Yes. You are all under broadcasting organization. So those of you who use Facebook, that use YouTube, use whatsoever, you are all under broadcasting organization. So you need to read and know what the law says. Let's continue. Under this, you come to part 7. That is the general provisions. We have section 38, which is the public domain. The registration of works, how to register your works, including even your picture. Everything that you do that you want to be copyrighted, how to register your work. And then presumption of authorship. Presumption of authorship. Then infringement of copyright and related rights. This one here, section 41. Infringement of copyright and related rights. Section 42. Copyright and related right offenses. So what will be the offense? When you are caught with copyright issues. They are all here. Now, penalty for copyright offense. Section 44, offenses related to folklore. Section 45, offenses by body of persons. Section 46, compensation to victim of offense, and then forfeiture. So if you are caught with copyright issues, what will be your compensation? All of them are here. Civil remedies. Section 48 says settlement of dispute. Where do we settle the dispute? Collective administration societies. We have copyright monitoring team. We also have establishment of the copyright tribunal, which is the court, which is used in settling dispute of copyright. And then we also have composition of the tribunal. We have functions of the tribunal, their work, what they're supposed to do. We also have tenure of office of the members of the tribunal. And then the last one is allowance of the members of the tribunal. So this is Ghana Copyright Law or Copyright Act 2005. You're supposed to know this law so that when you mistakenly commit an offense which has to do with copyright, you will know what to do. This one is all about court issues. If you remember, Niatir, you remember recently Sarkodie sued one bank for using his look-alike, a picture that looked like him, to talk to people about people using internet to fraud. I don't know how many of you heard of it. If you are abreast with entertainment and you follow entertainment gist in Ghana, you will know this story. That Sarkodie recently sued a bank. Was it Stanchart or EcoBank? One of that. He sued them for using an image that looked like him. Just recently. Now, it's not even up to a month. Just recently, Sarkodie. He sued the bank. The case is still in court for copyright infringement, for using somebody that looked like him to deceive the public. So, according to Sarkodie, when the public see the picture, they may think it is him, whilst it is not him. And some people may act and do certain things because they feel or they think it is Sarkodie. And Sarkodie is suing the bank for damages for using an image that looked like him. The case is still in court. So when it comes to copyright, it is not always that you will receive a copyright strike on your song or you will receive a copyright strike on. No. We have the court aspect, which has to do with infringement. And when it comes to the infringement, there are a lot of explanation. That is why you need to read this law. If you are a serious musician, if you are a serious actor, a comedian, or someone who is into the broadcasting network, be it Facebook or YouTube or any other social media, including radio and TV, which is all part of broadcasting, you need to know what this copyright law says so that you don't end up causing yourself harm. So that you will become a professional and do your work as a professional. So that investors can look at you and say, this guy is a professional, let's invest in him. Because if you do things anyway, anyhow, people know this law. Business people, they know this law. And they wouldn't want to just engage with you because you are doing music. No, they are looking for people who understands the music. They are looking for people who understand the craft that they are into. So you need to read this law. But if you don't have the time to read it, we will be taking it one by one on this channel, on this page. So follow us and also subscribe so that once we release more content, we will learn together. Over here, we learn. I don't know everything. I don't believe you also know everything. We are all learning. We are all correcting each other. So follow me, subscribe, and let's do this together. I'll see you in another video where we will begin to take this law step by step and learn along the line. Thank you very much, and God be with you.